Okay guys, so we're going to install another Linux. This is another tip. Okay, you can put Linux on a Mac, believe it or not. So if you've got an old MacBook out there, you can install Linux on it. You also can install Linux obviously on a Windows computer. So we've made a USB boot up stick, we've downloaded the SO image, and we've used a program called Uniboot to create the USB stick on a Windows computer. So when you first boot from it by pressing the F9 key on your keyboard or the F10, when you reboot up with your USB stick in, well basically what happens is it'll ask you, do you want to try it, okay, or do you want to install it? So we're going through the normal process here. As you can see, English, continue. Next thing it'll ask you for is your keyboard layout. So I'm going to go for English UK. Next thing it'll ask you to connect to your network. Okay, so you click a small button at the bottom, connect, and you would select your network. Okay, so click continue. It'll ask you for your Wi-Fi key, or if you've got an Ethernet connection, then it'll automatically connect. When you've done that, click connect and then click continue. Okay, the next thing it'll say here is updates and other software. Normal installation, which would be web browser, utilities, office software, games and media players. Or you can have a minimum installation of web browsers and basic utilities. So I'm going for the normal installation. Other options, download updates when installing Lubuntu. This is Lubuntu 32 because it's a 32 laptop, okay. Install third-party software for graphics, Wi-Fi hardware and additional media formats. So you get a few plugins to play your videos and etc. Click continue. Okay, so you just have to wait a second depending on how fast your processor is on your computer. Now, Linux, there's quite a number of distros out there that you can use for the basic user, okay? So for someone that's never used it before, Mint Linux would be a recommendation. Lubuntu Linux would be another one. Zora Linux is quite easy to use, and a lot of people like using Ubuntu. You've also got Linux Lite. Now there is some Linuxes that are difficult for beginners. Okay, the like of Arch Linux would be difficult. Fedora and OpenSUSE and quite a number of others. Peppermint Linux is an easy one to use, but some people mightn't find it. Okay, so installation type is going to ask you now. This is important, but install it alongside Windows 10. Okay, so basically when you boot your computer up, in the boot menu you'll have Windows 10 or Linux. Take in mind, if you do that and you decide to take Linux off and leave Windows 10 on without doing a fresh install, you can run into problems with the boot sector. Okay, so I'm going to go for erase the disk and install Linux Ubuntu. Now, you can encrypt the new Linux installation for security, where you have to type a password in all the time. Personally, I'm not going to bother with this particular device because there's nothing going to be on it with securing. Click continue. Now, I have two hard drives, okay, a 250 gigabyte hard drive, and I also have a 500 gig hard drive. Okay, so you select the hard drive that you want to install it on. So I'm going for the 250 gig. I'll use the 500 for storage. The entire disk will be used. Two partitions will be deleted. Okay, now you can go into the advanced partition tool if you're technically minded. If you're not, then don't worry about it at the minute. Click install. Okay, so what's going to happen is it's going to go through and install processes. And this one is Lubuntu. And it'll give me the partition tables, okay? And the following partitions are going to be formatted. And it uses ext4 format, okay? For Linux uses that there, okay? So, you don't need to worry about defragmentation on Linux. That's the beauty about it, where you would have to defrag your Windows operating system, either by using a third-party tool or using the tool that's built in called defragmentation. If you're going to do defragmentation, I recommend that you do type in misconfig, MSCONFIG, and start. Go to your boot sector, click advanced, and tick it to start in safe mode. When you're finished in safe mode, go back in and tick it to start in normal boot mode. Okay? So if you're doing a defragmentation, always do it in safe mode, because very minimum drivers are loaded and programs aren't working in the background, so you're not going to get a false defragmentation. Defragmentation basically means tidying up your hard drive. It gathers all the bad sectors, moves them to the end of the drive, and moves all your programs and tidies them up. Simple. It's like keeping your office clean. The only difference is, it's also like serving your car. If you service your car and look after it, it'll go well. If you don't, you'll have problems. What you're going to see here is where you're from. Okay, so, for some reason, I must have hit a button there. I'm definitely not from there. So what I normally do is I use the UK, okay? Let me scroll down. UK. Okay, now what do you see on that? Okay, no reason. Let's see. Okay, so I took it to this should give me the option United Kingdom. Okay, it normally picks it up straight away, but I hit something there on the keyboard. The next thing you do is click continue. I'm keeping this the video simple. Okay, now it'll ask who are you. Okay, so what name do you want to put on? Well, I'm going to type in Linux. Now, taking into consideration, when you're using the internet or using a tablet device or a computer, laptop, desktop, whatever, mobile phone, whatever, okay, when you browse the internet, it also transmits your name and location, okay? So my name is Linux, have fun tracing me, and my laptop is Linux laptop, and I'm sure there's thousands of them out there, okay? So I have a security mind sense, okay? So I also understand how hacking works, and I understand the different types and the tools and the methods and the ways that they sit and scan outside your house and etc. if you don't secure your wireless key and etc. Okay, so you get my drift. Next thing is you want a password. And what you're looking for is that, a strong password. Now I have it set to login automatically. I can set it to require a password. I can also change it if I desire whenever it's installed. Now, this particular Lubuntu Linux 32-bit, okay, welcome to Lubuntu Linux, you get a slideshow. It is designed to be lightweight, easy and fast, and let's have a closer look. So it's now installing the system. Okay, now, while it's installing the system and going through the process, you will get a small slideshow of exactly, give you an idea of what's in it. A browser, video player, Office Suite, okay, firewall, etc, etc. Now, when you start learning Linux and take it and browse it and learn it, start learning about hardening tools, how to harden your system, basically to protect it against brute force attacks, etc. Because there again, I have studied computer security and cyber security for over 20 years. Self-taught, obviously, by the right people. Now, this is an LXDE desktop environment. It's fast performance, okay? Now, you don't need to worry about defragmentation because that's the way Linux is built. It's an open source platform and an open source code. It also comes with a software manager. So if I decide I'm looking for a media player, I open up the software manager, I go to media, and I scroll down, and it gives me a documentation in each program, and I pick the one I want to click install. Simple. Now, like every system, when you install it, after you install it, you'll get a message saying basically, it's built on a solid foundation, so you're going to get some documentation about it. Browse the web. So here they're offering you Firefox, okay, Chrome, and you can actually go to the software manager and you can download Opera and etc. Okay, so you will have a web browser. So if you install Windows computers, you're obviously Windows 10, you're stuck with Microsoft Windows 8. So if you wanted to download Google Chrome, Firefox, etc., you either go and do it manually. But there's a video I'll be doing in the near future on how you can install a number of programs all at once. That's simple procedure. So keep your eyes open, it will pop up sooner or later. Okay, so you now have create and added documents. So what they actually included in the software is Adobe Word and LibreOffice, okay? And as you can see, it's as good as word processor. Okay, well, it's free and secure. Now, like every system, you update it. Okay, so most Linuxes will have what they call an update. Okay, where you go to, which will show you in a minute when this installs. Watching here is 11 minutes 33 video. I don't want to make it too long. Create and edit documents. Okay. Now, some people don't like Linux because they find it hard to use. Now, some people say I can't install a Windows program that I used before. There is a number of ways of doing it, but it's not as simple. It's not as simple as just downloading a Windows program and trying to install it. Number one, it's a different file format. It won't work. So you'll have to use it like a wine, which I'll explain at a later date. Okay, so use what they provide you with. Now, you'll notice there you will have Chrome MVP player, which is actually better than the VLC player. Okay, it provides more codecs, more codes, and etc. So listen to your favorite music with Audacity, powerful radio player, all videos with your Chrome MPV player, the next generation video player that supports many formats. Okay, so basically enjoy your music and watch your videos. Now, you can't put a program in the software manager called preload. Okay, if you've only got a couple of gigs of memory, you can install preload, which will save all their kits for you. Okay, you also chat your friends. Okay, so there's quite a number of included programs in this particular one. It's something similar to Messenger. So it's installing pretty quickly. You'll see it going through a lot of different processes, removing what it doesn't need, and etc. Okay, so depending on how fast your processor is, so if you're using an old computer with about 1.6 gigahertz processor, well then it's not going to be like a Rolls Royce. Okay, you want to be driving a Mini. So take your time, sit back. You can still use it. It works. Download software with ease. Okay, so what I'm basically saying to you is here, what you will have something like this. Okay, a software manager. I will do a better video at a later date. You have access, okay, to software included. That means there's thousands of new applications already for your computer free of charge. Okay, so you basically load up your software manager, and it's all done in categories: internet, chat, sharing, and you just scroll down the one you're looking for and click install. Simple. And then you go to your menu as well you do in Windows, and you operate your programs. Now, there is some versions out for Linux, okay, but not as many as it would be with Windows. But the beauty about the open source Linux platforms, if you also need help, they have a community and they also have a help document file on your desktop. You just click it, and if you have a problem, you join the chat room, and I'm sure somebody there in that community will help you out. All Linux distros have communities of people. Visit their website and there's even information on it. Now this is a 32-bit, so it's using the the 1386, okay, and then you have a 64-bit too. So if your operating system computer is 64, use a 64. To be honest, friends, I'm seriously thinking of moving to Linux full time, because the new Mac OS that came out is not as fast as the Linux the Mac that I had on before. Windows 10 seems to be having nothing but flaws and security problems and bugs, and there's nothing on Linux that I can't do that I could do on Windows. So I'm seriously thinking of moving to Linux distros. Now, I've used quite a number of them, so I know how to use them. Arch Linux would be my favourite, although it's not suitable for beginners, okay. There's also Linux's built in Red Hat Linux. Now, to give you a wee bit of history about Linux, what I know, a guy called John Linus, okay, designed Linux, okay, many years ago. And it started off as Unix before it became Linux. So he designed it because he wanted to give people an operating system they could use. But unfortunately, over the beginning of the years, when it first started, a lot of people couldn't get it to work on different devices. It wasn't working properly. So a lot of people tried it, ditched it, tried it, ditched it, tried it, ditched it. So over the years, and this is 2020, it has improved, I would say, 85 to 90%, maybe even more, depending on the distro that you use. Now, sometimes you have to try a number of distros to get one that tickles your fancy, okay? Now, Linux also comes with Steam, okay? So if you're a gamer, Linux does have Steam installed. It also has a program called Wine and etc., where you can run Windows games on it, and believe it or not, they run a lot better now than what they did in the early days. So you can install Steam to your software monitor. You can also run a Windows game CD by using Wine, which is another program, but there again, that's for advanced users. If you're starting it for the first time, you may find it a wee bit difficult. There is videos on YouTube, of course, you can watch and educate yourself. So, it shows you how quick it took an installation to complete. So what you're going to see is, once installation is complete, you need to restart your computer in order to use the new installation. So I want to click restart now. Now, it should ask me to remove the USB boot stick. Okay, so that's it going through the process. It should, but it hasn't yet. Okay, so let me pop it out. And let's see what happens. Okay, so what you see in front of you is Linux Ubuntu 18.04. Okay, friends, so sometimes it takes a wee bit of time for the first time for loading up, and then when you get the updates, you'll find it'll work a lot quicker. So you have your waste paper bin there, your rubbish bin. You have your background. Now, you can change your background. Down at the bottom here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 desktops. Okay, so you basically, if you can see this, okay, so basically, if I put my mouse here and click, I can go on to, so, example, if you've got, let's go to desktop 1. You can add as many as you want. So basically, if you've got Facebook opened up, rather than close it down, click desktop 2, have your word processing up, desktop 3, have your YouTube up, desktop 4, and so on. Now, on the right hand corner here, you've got your clock, your volume, your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, and etc. Okay, so over here, in this particular corner, if I click the menu button, okay, let me see if you can see that. If I click the menu button, you got Run, Preferences, System Tools, you've got Software Update Monitor, Sound and Video, you've got your player and your sound and etc. Office Programs, Internet, Graphics, Document Viewer, and etc. and accessories. Now, you can add to it as you go along, but what you will see when it first loads up is an important one called Software. I don't know why you can see that right, because the camera's not that great. software updater. Okay, click software updater. It says update software has been issued since Ubuntu 18.04 was released. Do you want to install it now? Right, I can look at the details here. The details of the update, which will tell me that there's 25.9 megabytes to be downloaded. I can click install now. Okay, so what it'll do is it should ask me for, let's see, let me get back to desktop one here. Okay. Right. It's waiting on it's waiting on me putting in a password. Okay, so it'll ask you to install or remove software. You need to authenticate it. Okay, so basically put your password in. And click OK. Okay, so what'll happen is here, if I open this up, it's downloaded the updates that quick. And it's also opened up what they call the terminal. It's the same as a command prompt on Windows, but the MacBooks have a terminal too. And it basically installing and configuring and updating the files. You can also update it by the terminal, but you'll learn that at a later date. Okay, it's very simple once you really get into it. For me anyway, but obviously a lot of people find it complicated. So there again, watch a video on YouTube on how to use the terminal. So I like to see what's going on in the background. It's reading the database and etc. Okay, so if you open up the command prompt and run it as administrator in Windows, if you type in the word help, you'll get a list of basically default commands, okay, where you can type in ipconfig /release and etc. and release your IP. You can type trace it /IP. You can trace an IP. You can ping a network. You can trace an IP and etc. And you can also open directories on the command prompt. That's for another video. Okay, so it's going through what they call the terminal there and installing the updates. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoy. It does have a software manager built in it. If you're using this particular one, you can go to Syntax Package Manager, or you can go to Syntax Package Manager, or you can go to software here, and you can install software. Okay, add and remove, update software on this computer. Okay, friends, as you see, it's working for me, and it's working on a 32-bit operating system. After I update it, the next thing I will do is restart it, install the firewall. If the firewall's already, I think the firewall's, it comes this one with a firewall pre-installed. I'll make sure it does, and I'll switch it on. The next thing I will do is go to the Syntax Package Manager, where I will install a program called SSH Guard, which protects you against brute force attacks. And obviously there's other programs that I'm not going to mention, okay? Because you never tell someone how you secure your home. Okay, friends, enjoy, and check it out on YouTube, Lubuntu Linux. If anybody is if anybody is running an old computer that's only got 1 gig of memory, check out Devaman Linux on YouTube. Okay, this one uses roughly 778 megabytes, less than 1 gigabyte of memory. And it's not that big on the hard drive either. Okay, so if I go to parameters here, it also comes with Bluetooth manager and also additional drivers. Also check for drivers, okay. Task manager. Okay, let me open up task manager. Okay, it tells me here, okay, I think there's roughly 4 gigs of memory in this computer, and it's using very, very little. The CPU is about 20%, and that's in the task manager. Okay, so on the bottom left, you'll have your menu bar. Now you can't change your menu bar as far as I can remember. Menu settings, I think that's it. Okay, so if you're not sure, leave it. So I'm getting the, as you can see there, it's installing the updates. And it's showing me everything that's going in the terminal. Okay, so it's preparing to unpack it and it's preparing to install. And it's very quick. Okay friends, thank you very much. Lubuntu Linux, okay. There is updates come out all the time. They do design new updates. Some at the offer is covered maybe 4 or 5 years, but they do bring out new ones all the time and test them. Be careful when you're installing a beta one, because it's testing and there could be bad coding in it, could be bugs in it, and then it might sicken you. So always use a stable version release. Okay, thank you very much, George.